So what's up, YouTube? I want to talk about part of the reason my cousin is dead, and that is prescription pain medication. He was addicted to Percocet, which is an opioid, and what it does is it blocks pain receptors in the brain, and there are different ways that you can ingest it that can make that go faster, such as what he did at one point, snorted it. Now, he didn't start out as an addict. He had back surgery, and then one day he heard that snorting it, the pill, can cause the pain to go away faster and cause a euphoric high that can also help dull the pain, and that's what he did. Of course, I'm not saying that he was right for it, but what I'm saying is that I don't believe he was fully responsible for it. I believe that some of the blame rests on Big Pharma, uh, hospitals, just the way that these drugs are handled and the way that the patients who are placed on these drugs are mishandled. And the reason why I say that is because there are no programs that help people, at least that are free and that are not rehab, that help people who are put on prescription medication to get off. Because what happens is, sooner or later, the prescription medication itself runs out, and a doctor will not write another prescription. Then they go to street drugs. They go and meet a contact. They meet people who have them or use them, and then they take them. And that can lead to getting arrested. It can lead to getting a bad dose. It could lead to possible drug interactions with another, such as my cousin was a Percocet user, but they found fentanyl in his urine. And we all know what fentanyl can do. Now, I'm not saying that he's not responsible for his actions, because he totally was. But what I'm also saying is that if hospitals implemented a program, if there were programs implemented to helping people who are put on medication like Percocet to get off of it before they become addicts, or if they become addicts, because it is very, very easy to get addicted to these drugs, to be able to have these programs that can help wean them off, and if there's an addiction, to help get them out of this addiction, and that way they are healthy and functioning members of society instead of possibly functional drug addicts. And the thing is, when you hear the words drug addicts, you often think of a crackhead on the side of the road, and that's not always the case with drug addicts. My cousin was a big, healthy guy and did not look at all like a drug addict. You would never be able to tell until have the type of behavior that one would have when they're high, like the nodding off and stuff like that. But otherwise, he was healthy. You would never know. So it's addiction is demonized as an evil thing. When addiction is not always evil, it's not evil at all. It's a disease. And a disease is bad, but it's not always bad because of the choice you make. It's bad because of the fact that sometimes there are situations where you are stuck in something that you can't get yourself out of. And what happened to my cousin was simply that. And it took his death to kind of, it took his death to get him out of it. And that is not the way that people should get out of addiction. You should not lose your life to your addiction. There should be programs, there should be help out there for people who need it. And it should also be preemptive. There should be a preemptive strike against drug addiction. And there isn't. And it needs to happen so that what happened to my cousin, what happened to, countless many other people doesn't happen to your kids, to someone that you love or someone that I love. Again, it's just a vicious, vicious thing and a cycle that needs to end. So that's what I think about this. Leave me some comments telling me about myself and what I said. Just and be safe out there. Much love.